Right, okay, so next video, we need to, before we get into talking about a few of the effects which we're going to use, which are going to be very important, you're going to need to get those effects. So I've got them already here. There are two things that we need to get. There is the Reaper plugin suite, which you can get from here, reaper.fm/ReaPlugs. Now the download is here. And it's not been updated since January 2016, apparently, so you can be sure that, you know, it's been 5 years. If there was anything dodgy about this software, it would have been found. These are VST effect plugins, which are free, which is awesome. You need to get either the 32 or the 64-bit versions, depending on your operating system. What is my operating system? Is it 32-bit or 64-bit, I hear you say? Well, you can go into... if you're on Windows, you go into this PC or my computer if you're on an older version. You right-click Properties, and it will bring up something like this. It'll bring up a wider window, but I don't want you to see my Windows product ID. Lord, no. System type, 64-bit operating system, 64-bit base processor. These probably should be the same thing. Hopefully they're the same thing, so no confusion. If in doubt, choose the 32-bit version, but if they both say 64, you can definitely get the 64-bit version. Which version you get doesn't really matter. It's just that the 64-bit version won't work if your operating system and processor is 32 bits. Right, so these are all the effects that you get in this. There's a compressor here, which we're going to be using something that looks like that a lot. There's a... If you want to get real serious about it, you've got something which is like a compressor, but it's multi-band, so you can have different compression on your low end, your mid-tones, your highs, and your ultra-highs. And there's a delay if you wanted to add in a echo effect, but I don't recommend that one because it's a bit basic. And then there's Rear EQ, which we're going to use a lot. It's like a graphic equalizer. Which we'll talk more about in a future video. There's many more things that it comes with which we don't need to get. And the other thing which we are going to need, or you're going to need to follow this through, especially if you've got a noise. If you have a lot of background noise, like you have noise from traffic outside, or you have a fan, or your computer's really loud, or there's just a lot of background noise that you can hear when you record yourself and listen back to it, you are going to want to get this... auburnsounds.com/products/renegade.html, which is this program here. You can buy the full version, which has extra features, but the free version is perfectly fine. And this is like a more customizable noise gate. If you've got a very quiet environment, you don't need to get this. But you might want to get it anyway because it's actually really cool. And that's free. I haven't been paid for promoting these things, by the way. I'm, recommending them on their merits. I have used ReaPlugs for years. I did only discover this one the other day, but it does exactly what I wanted to show you in this tutorial if you have a lot of background noise, like a fan or a window open or something like that. Anyway, so you're going to want to get those downloaded and installed. You just click the free edition here. It will open up a WinZip and you go in and install that. Hopefully you can figure that out, because if you can't figure that out, that's something you need to work on. So in the next video, we're going to talk about two very important things, which is compression, which is done. We're going to do this on the channel through this Raya comp here. But to demonstrate, I'm going to use like a premium compressor that I've got, which has a better interface and graphics. It's easier to understand what's going on with that. And noise gates, which is what this is. So that's in the next video. Get these downloaded and installed. You don't even have to close OBS to get them recognized by the program. Right, so after they're installed, you just go to VST plugin, and it brings up this plugin selector here. As you can see, have quite a lot of them, some of which are premium ones. The Isotope RX8 ones are really good. They are also really fucking expensive. But for the work that I do, not necessarily streaming based, they're really good. But there you see, we've got those there, which, means nothing to you because I have already had these installed for a while. But that's how you'll be able to select them. Also, there's one called TAL Reverb if you want to have a customizable echo for some reason on your stream, and you have you for some reason you want that, then I recommend that as a free one as well. Some people might want that, so it's there if you want it, but we're not going to need that. Right, so in the next video, we're going to talk a little bit about noise gates and compression, so I'll see you in that video.